What's going on, guys? Ryan with Jedha Patrol back with another video. Today we have a non-Star Wars, non-Marvel, non-DC figure. David Bowie's in the house. Let's check it out. That's right, guys. We're back. We have David Bowie 1/6 scale figure from Wincy Toys in the house, and I'm actually pretty excited about this. This is number 3 in their lineup. Number 4 should be out soon, or number 2 is going to be out soon. The Bob Marley, I can't remember if it's number 2 or number 4. I don't remember. But David Bowie's here is the first one we got from him. This is the first figure from Wincy Toys that I've seen. I got this from Pop Collectibles. If you guys want to check them out, there's a link in the description below. It is a third-party figure, and should be budget friendly in my opinion, but we're gonna check this thing out. I am excited for the opportunity to have musicians in the collection, and the reason being, well, some of you, my non-young crowd, the older crowd, remember days when there were concerts. I guess they'll be coming back soon sometime, where you may have met your spouse. You may have had a good time. You may have forgotten that you were even there. Whatever it is, concerts, right? And you want to have something in your collection that commemorates that. You might have bought a t-shirt, might have bought whatever. Now we're going to have a way to do this in 6 scale form. So it's kind of interesting because there's some other musicians that I would like to have in my collection that this could potentially open the door for a whole new display. So we're going to see how that goes. I'm not sure, but I'd love to hear from you before we even get into this. What artist, musician would you like to see in your collection? Put it down below, and maybe we'll pass that word along. Whoever gets the most votes or something, maybe we'll pass that along, see what they can do. David Bowie's in the house. This is Wincy Toys. This is going to be a pretty cool release. So we got this one, and we got Bob Marley that should be following up very soon. But there's the box art if you guys want to check that out. Pretty nice. It says David Bowie. There you got a nice little figure photo artistic rendering going right there. And it says Wincy Toys right there on that side. And then on the back, here's all your little whodunits. If you have had a, I don't know, a third-party figure, like a So-So Toys figure, something like that, box size is very similar to that. So I would just a comparison. But there we go, inside the box, nothing on that side. And there is an insert, nice little photo. That's not bad, right? Nice little photo. And on the inside, we have one of these. This says, right here, this is one of the accessories. It says the saxophone is fragile. Please do not bend, press, or hit it hard. So there's that. Win C003 David Bowie. You're going to have that. Nice little warning. Inside, we should have a figure. And then underneath, we'll have another tray with the stand, which I haven't taken the stand out yet, but it's large. And it's going to be very interesting to see how that kind of plays out. So let's look at the figure first. And I have taken like the plastic bits off of it. And I will tell you this, mine, that note about the saxophone being fragile, mine actually came pre-broken. It was broken right at the neck, where the neck connects here. Mine actually broke there, but it was a clean break. And I think if that may happen to you, I was able to epoxy mine very quickly. And honestly, if I hadn't told you, you probably wouldn't have even known it. So, but do be careful with that if you want to break that. But it went together very easily, so I don't really have too much issue with that. The saxophone is nice. There's some nice detail and nice paintwork. It's got some nice straps going on here. The mouthpiece up top. It's nicely detailed. I don't have a 1/6 scale saxophone, so I don't have anything to compare it to. But I have played a saxophone before, and it looks all right. It looks all right. So we got that. That's kind of cool. He does have a little base that goes with his mic stand. So we'll grate that out of here. And the mic stand is quite tall. I mean, it's quite tall, mic stand. And then he has a microphone, which is a wireless mic. I don't know if you guys ever seen this, but back at Wembley Stadium, I was trying to figure out where he wore this suit. He wore this suit many times, but Wembley Stadium, 1992. He wore it on stage with Queen. Also wore it on stage with Annie Lennox as they sung a few songs. But this is, I was like, the microphone is legit, like what he used at that concert, and the suit is what he wore at that concert. So I think that's just pretty cool. So we'll get the mic going on there, as the mic stand is quite tall. And then we got two head sculpts. So we're gonna have the one that comes on the body with this nice suit, and it looks like it's tailored pretty well. Yeah, and the only thing I've done is I've taken the plastic off of this thing. It's pretty much it. But the suit's nice. It's got a nice collared shirt, the funky tie. It's got the red ribbon. I mean, it's just got it's a pastel. I mean, it works. It looks screen accurate. And if you want to, you can actually go on YouTube and just put in 1992 Wembley Stadium, David Bowie. You can see him on stage with Queen and some others, and it looks just like this. He rocked it. He did a pretty good job. So we do have this closed mouth head sculpt, kind of stern, straight looking, and then he has an open mouth portrait. So you're gonna have two portraits, and the cool thing about this is they're actually accurate to him. David Bowie actually has two different color eyes. He has a left eye that's brown, a right eye that's blue, and they have them both on each head sculpt. The one with the open mouth one is looking off to his left a little bit, so that's a nice little change. And then the one with the straight face, I guess if you will, is looking straight ahead. They both look fine. The paint applications, I mean, for third party guys, it's hard to find fault with this, honestly. It's hard to find fault with this. There's nice texture on it. There's texture on the skin. The hair's done nicely. The expression, I think, is fine. The teeth, which generally can be an issue with 6-scale figures, the teeth look fine for this one. The earring. Honestly, both head sculpts, I think, look pretty good. So posing it up, we'll have some fun and see what we need to do with that. We do have a pair, let's see, we got 8 hands. 2 relaxed hands on the figure. We got some open hands right there. We've got some fists, and we have some mic holding hands in the package as well. And then, if I get you out of here for a second, let's get to this display stand because it's quite large. It's quite large. Look at this stand. Here's the, yeah, we're gonna have to we'll deal with that in just a second. That's kind of, is that freaking die cast? That's die cast. What the heck? Wow. That's crazy. Huh, I wasn't expecting that. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to the stand. Let's get you out of here. All right. Yeah, so take a look at how large this stand is. Like, there's the base of it. It's huge. Look at this thing. That's crazy, right? That's pretty large. But I think it's going to be needed here in just a second. There's so much cool stuff with this. So we have that. Then we have that's the main platform. Then we've got some steps, right? We've got some steps. So that's kind of cool. So that's going to peg in just like this. All right, it took me a second to figure this out, but the lights, and I think I just lost one. Yep, I just lost one. The lights actually go into, here's the base, bottom of the base. The lights have pegs that go into, and there's a spot here, spot here, spot here you can put in. They go in, those pegs on either side, and you can add them right in here. So it literally friction fits. There's one for this side and one for this side, and it literally just friction fits right in there. And so then you've got a whole flipping set. Now they're not LEDs, they don't light up. But look at this. That's a cool stand, right? Then you got your little stand if you want to use this, and then you've got your figure on there. Obviously we're gonna have to pose them up a little bit and have some fun with this thing, but dude, like, that's a straight up cool display piece. That's a diorama base. Get this out of here. That's a diorama base that is actually flipping relevant, I think. Like, a lot of times we get diorama bases that are just bland and whatever. This one's pretty cool. I actually like this. There's a nice blue detail on it, nice little metallic-y paint for the stage part, and I think it looks pretty stinking good. So I guess now we just got to figure out is what does he look like posed up, and how's he going to look like on your display. Let's get to that. And here we go. We're rocking out to David Bowie. This is a stupid cool figure, I think. And I'm hoping they do a lot more of these. And again, put your comment down below which musician or artist you'd like to see in 6-scale form. The bass does not light up like this, as I mentioned earlier. This is me playing around with lights that I have in my collection, and I thought it made sense to do it for this. If it's super distracting, I'm sorry. But I think it's got the rock vibe to it. All right, so let's take a look at this figure and some posing notes for those who might be interested in that. One, the head sculpt on both versions of it are solid. I think I've already mentioned that. They're both good. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, plenty of ab crunch. You can do whatever you want with this guy. I don't really think you're going to have too much of an issue with this. One of the things with posing David Bowie is he's kind of a tall, lanky fella, and he was very, you can get away with all kinds of different poses with this guy. The suit material is solid. I don't think over time you're going to have issues like wrinkling or anything like that. Now, I'm sure somebody with some skills could probably take the time and actually put working LEDs in those lights. That would be stupid cool, and maybe that's something I actually try. So many options out there. This one's pretty fun. So he does have a suit jacket on, and if you have the double elbows bent as I do, you are going to be able to see the wrist pegs. So just keep in mind, that's if you have 6-scale figures, you're used to that kind of stuff. But here it is. These are just hands that came on the figure out of the box. I didn't even change anything. They are just fine. There's not a whole lot of paint application going on with the hands, and the hands in this light look like they don't match the head sculpt. And I think that's just the way the light's hitting it. If I can maneuver this around, it's just they're a little brighter than the head sculpt. They're a shade off. They're not 100% match. But they're not enough to where you would go, oh, yeah, that's kind of crazy. So if you're seeing that on camera, take that with a grain of salt. The suit it's going to stand out on your display. And this stand they gave us, this little diorama display stand they gave us, I mean, it's pretty stinking cool. So he does have his white socks there with his shoes. I did break out the saxophone down there, and here's your display stand. Adding an LED light underneath is probably a pretty good idea. It just makes it stand out a little bit more, in my opinion. But you can see posing him, like there's pretty much no limitations on that whatsoever. There's plenty of ab crunch, double jointed knees, double jointed elbows, head movement. This is the extra head sculpt that you get with the open mouth, so I do have that one on here. But I think it looks pretty stinking good. I'm having fun with it, and I don't know where I'm going to display him yet, but maybe I've got one more pose up my sleeve. Let's see what we come up with. So we had to break out another character to put on this stage to have some fun with this guy, and I think this is exactly how I'm gonna have this guy displayed for a good minute, because I just think it's fun. It's actually pretty cool, and I'm definitely looking for some more musicians to add to the collection. So Bob Marley should be released very soon, and then we'll see what else pops up. So yeah, we'll see. Anyways, we got Deadpool here playing the saxophone alongside David Bowie, because that's something totally that would work. This is why you need a Deadpool in your collection. He goes flipping everywhere. It doesn't matter what universe. It doesn't matter. Deadpool rocks, literally right here. The saxophone is just pretty stinking cool. So there's David Bowie up there with the microphone singing, and you cannot have a singer and a saxophonist without a drummer. So I have recruited a drummer for this special occasion, and here we go. We've got Wicket down here beating on the Stormtrooper drum, because why not? I think this is pretty cool. I think so. Anyway, I'm having fun with it. I don't know if you guys are. At least I am. It's nice to get something a little bit different. But there we are, guys. There is our trio, I guess, if you will, of David Bowie from Wincy Toys. We've got Deadpool, and I also put Deadpool up there to give you a little semblance of scale, because it looks like it's properly scaled. And then we have Wicket down at the bottom playing the helmet drum, which I just think looks cool. But I'd love to hear from you guys. If you haven't already, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this one. If you want to pick this up, you can pick them up at Pop Collectibles right now if you like. But I think this is exactly how mine's going to be displayed for the next little bit, until we add some more musicians anyways. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. As always, click what you like. See you next time.